Alright, so version 1.0 is coming to an end, and what better way to end it than a tier list video. We got 4 tiers here. Best, which is of course the best of the best. Good, really good characters. Decent, they're alright. And then trash. Alright, they're the worst of the bunch. And just to let you know, the trash tier list doesn't necessarily mean they're unusable characters, right? I wholeheartedly believe every character can be used and they will do their job. So just throwing that out there. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. First up, we got MC. Physical MC to be more specific. My humble opinion, I think they are still a pretty alright character. Definitely gets overshadowed by their fire counterpart, but if you were to ever, for some reason, use physical MC, they would still do pretty decent overall. And of course, throughout the entirety of beginning of the game, like before you get the fire version, they carry. So they're definitely a decent character, right? Alright, next up, March 7th. March is, in my opinion, one of the best free characters that the game gives you, okay? Her shield's amazing, and that shield can also provide some like aggro, like say you put the shield on, I don't know, MC. More enemies will try and target that character. The shields are juicy. She can also have the ability to cleanse, which is very helpful in many scenarios. Her counter attacks are really nice, and her ult is great for freezing enemies. In my opinion, she's definitely a good character. Alright, she's really good. Dan Hong, third character we get for free, right after March. Wind Hunt character, DPS single target, right? I think he's pretty good, right? I think he's the only kind of character we got right now that's a wind single target DPS. His skill can slow enemies, which is really nice. I definitely think he's a good character, right? Of course, Seela does kind of throw him out of the water, but I think he's pretty good for now. Asta, damn good character in my opinion. She is so good. Her speed buffs are amazing, and her skill is so good for breaking shields. It is amazing. It can have some burn effects too, and it also provides some attack buffs. So she is, in my opinion, the best free character that we get. So she is going up there at the top. All right, I definitely think she deserves it. Herda. Now, have you heard of these nuts? She's different, right? A lot of people at the beginning of the game said, you know, they put her at the bottom of the tier list. I definitely understand. It is pretty valid why people say she is absolutely so bad. In my opinion, I don't think she's as bad as people make her out to be. The thing with her is her follow-up attacks, and they only work when enemies are either killed or they're half HP or below, and she does a follow-up attack. Now, that is really good for lower tier enemies, but as soon as you fight a more tankier enemy or a boss, you are only going to be able to get one follow-up attack in with her, and that's it. She won't really do anything else. And that's why she is bad, in my opinion. But she's not absolutely trash at the same time, because that follow-up attack is really nice for farming. So, decent, right? Decent. Serval, AoE lightning damage dealer. Alright, she is super strong. She is amazing, and if people haven't built her, you either have Jing Yuan or you're just crazy. Because I definitely think she is really, really good, and she's just great. The AoE lightning damage is so useful, and it's just awesome. It's so good. And she also has a lot of shocking stuff too. It is rather shocking. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think she's a really good character, so she's going up there in the good tier. Natasha, she's going in good just because, you know, she's a healer. She's the only free healer that we can get, right? Physical healer. She can cleanse. She's really good. So there's nothing really much to say about that. Fire MC. This isn't even a question to me. They are going in the top. They are super strong, right? As soon as you get Fire MC, I'm betting 95% of players just never took her off. They're just so good. The shields are amazing. The taunting is amazing. And not only that, they can do DPS themselves, which is awesome. is just a perfect character in my opinion. I don't know what else to say except for she is just the best, right? Used in everything, everywhere. It is crazy, alright? She's just so good. I know for a fact we're gonna get more versions of MC, but they gotta be really good for us to not use Fire MC, right? Because Fire MC is just that good. Arlen. Arlen is definitely a unique character, right? He consumes his HP and uses that as damage. In my opinion, I don't think that's the best thing, right? Compared to like your other choices, right? Because he's lightning. Would you rather use that over Serval? Just a character that just takes his own HP. And with that, you kind of have to like really be careful how you play with your team, right? You have to make sure he doesn't die all the time. So it is kind of like insane. Because here's how I see it, right? When you try and keep him from dying, you're probably going to be using a lot of skill points from like your healer or like your shielder just to keep him alive. I don't think that's the best type of character. And I mean, if any of you guys are using him, you can tell me like if his damage output is worth it in the end. Go ahead and tell me in the comments down below. But as of right now, I think that's bad. I think that's absolutely bad. Himiko! A lot of you probably are gonna guess right away where she's going. She's gonna go in the trash tier. Out of all the standard 5-star characters, she is definitely the worst of them all. And it's just her damage output isn't that strong. It really isn't. And that's really her main issue, at least for me. I don't think she's good enough. Welt, Daddy, Chad, whatever you want to call him. Right, the only imaginary character in this game right now, which is insane. He slows enemies, right? He's a great debuffer for slowing enemies, and that's his main thing. That is really good, and I've seen some crazy stuff with it. But at the same time, I don't know if I think it's necessary completely in all of the content in this game. I don't think that's just necessary. So I'm going to put him in good, right? He's really good, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that's necessary enough for him to go in the best. Seela, you already know where she's going. She's going in the best tier. You know it, I know it. It's just, I don't know, she's crazy. Very hard hitting, and she can go many turns in a row. And it's just insane. I don't think she's ever going to get power crept. There's no way they're going to make a character that does what she does better, right? She's staying in best probably for a while. Bronya, you know it, I know it, she's going in best, right? Her attack buffs, her damage buffs are just insane. And the fact that she can also advance a character in your party immediately, it's crazy, right? Especially with Seela, it's insane. She's going in best. Japard is also going up in the best, right? He does definitely have his issues, don't get me wrong, right? He doesn't do a lot of damage, but he's really meant for shields. He also has some bad energy regeneration rate, but I think just because how strong his shield is, it overshadows all of that. It's just a really tanky shield, and if you make it strong enough, you can brute force anything. I guarantee you can brute force anything. He's a very clutch character, a crutch character, I guess, whatever you call it. He can especially like freeze too. He has a chance to freeze with his skill, which is really nice. And he can also act as a soft taunt. He has a trace where it allows enemies to more likely hit him, which is nice if you don't want to use like Fire MC or something. So he's just really strong. He's really juicy, tanky character. And if you guys play Genshin, which you probably did, I see him as like the Zhongli of Honkai Star Rail. But yeah, he's going in the best. Pela, pretty much the only defense shredder in the game right now, so she has a guaranteed spot in the good category, just because she's the only one that can do it as of right now, right? So there's nothing more to be said. Clara, I definitely think Claire is the best at what she does. She is one of the best characters to have. Her counter attacks hit like a truck. She's just really hard hitting, and this can be argued that that's all she's good for, but I'd like to hear your thoughts about it. But right now, I think she's the best. She's just insane. She's soloed content. It's crazy. She's just strong as hell. Hook, a fire DPS character, does a lot of burn stuff. Definitely a good character in my opinion. She's really good, right? Good fire stuff. Sampo Kakski, the man, the myth, the legend, the Rizzler, the Wizard of Oz, freaking Rizzosaurus Rex in my opinion. He's awesome, right? He has a lot of damage over time stuff, and that is really, really nice to have in some cases. So, good. He's a good character. Yanqing, however you say it. He's a really good character. And if there are any people that does say he's bad, I think it's just the misconception of using him wrong. He has this ability called Soul Steel Sync, right? It gives you a bunch of buffs, like crit buffs, attack buffs, and some follow-up attack stuff. And the thing is, if he gets hit at any time, he loses those buffs, right? And gets no benefit at all. So that's what makes him bad. But it's a team building game. You can work your way around it, right? Just use Fire MC, use March, use whatever. Put him on the end of your team where he doesn't really get hit by adjacent attacks. So, and you can just pretty much negate that. And he's really good. He hits like a truck, bro, and it is insane. He provides himself with a lot of crit rates, so you can basically build him into crit damage more than anything. You don't really have to worry about crit rate. With that, he just hits hard as hell. Not only that, he has a lot of freezing stuff going on with him, and I think that is pretty insane if you ask me. Tingyun, alright, the budget version of Bronya, but she is still going in the best slot just because, alright, those attack buffs are nice, and her ultimate is very nice, right? Her ultimate gives energy to any of your selected characters, right? And that can be so useful, right? It can be useful for your DPS characters, and it can be useful for other situations, like say you're about to get dead or something, so, and you don't have your healer's ultimate ready, right? But you do have Tingyun's. Just use Tingyun's ult on your healer and get your heals ready, right? It can be used for that. It can be used for Japard getting his shield back, right? It can be used for many situations. And not only that, her like attack buff, her skill, adds additional lightning damage. Like your character that's buffed doesn't attack, it'll do additional lightning damage, which in my opinion is just nice. It's just a nice like little thing. Tingyun's just really nice and really hot at the same time. So yeah, going right up in there, nice and cozy. Bailu, the only other healer in the game, and she has the ability to revive a character if they get oofed. So I think that's pretty damn clutch and amazing, and her healing's pretty good. It does have some RNG in it, but I do think her healing is good enough to disregard that, so she's going in the best. Sushang, physical single target DPS. I would say probably budget Scylla, which makes her the best for free-to-play players. So she's just really good. Definitely one of the few physical characters we have access to, because if you don't have her, you don't want to use physical MC, right? You don't want to use physical MC. You might be lucky and have Clara, but if you just don't have anything else, Sushang is definitely the best for you. So she can cover that physical stuff really nicely, and she does good damage. Jingyuan, he is really good, don't get me wrong. I just don't think he's that crazy. His light cone is definitely what makes him stronger, right? Other than that, no Eidolons, no light cone. He's just kind of, he's on the same level as Serval. They're kind of like on the same page. So that's that. Wait, pause. Did this guy really say Jingyuan is on the same page as Serval? Is he mad? Is he insane? Delusional? Is he like stupid? I know it looks bad, right? And I am currently editing this, and the more I look at it, the more stupid it seems. Like he's really good, don't get me wrong. He probably should have been on the best tier. I'm just an idiot, sorry. Goodbye, continue with the video. Ching Chue, or QQ. She has a lot of RNG in her kit. right? Her skill as the chance to give her an enhanced basic attack, right? But since it's RNG, it's basically gacha luck, you can use a lot of skill points and waste a lot of skill points. You could in fact waste all of your skill points and not get that enhanced basic attack, which is really bad in my opinion. She is fun, but that is so inconsistent. And even when you do get that enhanced basic attack, when you get lucky, 1 or 2 skill points and you get that basic attack, it doesn't even regenerate a skill point when you use it. So I don't think that's good. I'm sorry. All right, I do love your whole personality, your whole character, but you are going in the trash. All right, and that's all the characters as of version 1.0. I definitely think this is a fair tier list, and if you disagree, please let me know in the comments down below, like, what you think. Thanks for watching, and yeah, take care. Later.
How about you subscribe to Kalo and come back for the next video?